The majority of us don't give the grid much thought since it's an aspect of the modern life that is simple to ignore and hard to change. But as we turn to environmentally friendly methods of generating electricity, the grid will also need to change. But this is just one side of the coin. Simply producing green energy is not enough. Additionally, we must ensure transmission and make it available to the final consumers. The grid of today is just not equipped for renewables. So, a new kind of grid is starting to take shape. The supergrid. A supergrid refers to a grid that connects whole countries. The objective is to employ renewable energy sources as much as possible wherever they are producing electricity. The supergrid seems like a super good idea, but actually building it is tough, and we shall see why. The solar potential of the Sahara is absolutely massive. A 10,000 square kilometer solar farm can produce enough power for the entire world, but the challenge is how to get that energy distributed around the globe. We use alternating current to be able to move electricity, but the problem with alternating current is that if you move it over a very long distance, you lose too much of that electricity. If we can't get renewable energy where it needs to go, we can't transition away from fossil fuels. So we need a better way to distribute electricity. The industry has agreed a better solution is using high voltage direct current. HVDC proves to be the best option because it can cover great distances without losing as much power as AC. DC couldn't go long distances previously because we couldn't create high voltage versions. But with the inventions from the past decades, it has enabled us to generate high voltage direct current. Many more mega projects using this technology are going live around the world and are capable of connecting the world's energy grid. Even in India, there is a large project using HVDC like the Raigarh-Fulguru line, which is over 2000 kilometers long. Now if we think closely, why hasn't this been done? A recent study says it's a matter of politics. You have to not only come out of fossil fuel industry but also face the difficulty of working with separate public commissions that need to approve the power lines going through the territory. Countries that are not friendly will not want to link their energy systems together. Countries act according to their best interests and want to have a monopoly on the resources or the tech need to generate clean energy. So back to why the macrogrid concept hasn't taken off. Given all the challenges of the project like this, a multi-country agreements, cable construction issues, how realistic is a macro global grid? Will the initiative of One Sun, One World, One Grid ever see light of the day? So if a macrogrid is so challenging, does it mean microgrids are way forward? Microgrids is a small-scale system that can either be connected to a macrogrid or work as a standalone mode. These are local and independent networks that could serve small areas. Also, with rooftop solar panels and other small-scale electricity generators, getting cheaper microgrids have become an attractive option, especially for remote communities. This microgrid is safer with no risk of cyber attacks, and even in case of natural disaster, the power could be restored relatively easier. Integration of batteries, fuel cells, electrical vehicles within the microgrid can make it more robust than the standalone network. Looking at the bigger picture, a modular architecture featuring several interconnected microgrids would be more failure-proof. That means it's not necessarily winner or the right choice. While one is a giant macrogrid is unlikely to happen because of the challenges mentioned before, but it doesn't mean that a smaller macrogrid doesn't make sense. But microgrids require fewer political hurdles, suffer far less energy loss in transmission, and can be quick and affordable to roll out, while microgrids are more likely path to get us to clean energy targets the fastest, both will play a pivotal role in